Okay, so it is May 28th, and this is the second installment of my Words of Wisdom on my blog. Um, so I have decided that on this blog, I'm going to be doing not only my Words of Wisdom, but I'm going to be talking about some topics that I think most people don't discuss just because they think they're controversial or because they're just afraid to open their mouths and say something about it. And I'm not anymore. I have an opinion, and I want people to hear my opinions because I think that a lot of people will agree with them, and I think a lot of people will disagree with them. And hey, an opinion is opinion, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That that includes 21-year-old girls that think they know it all, and I'm not truly one of the things that I know it all. But today I actually want to go on. I'm gonna do two actually. I'm gonna go on to my words of wisdom. I'm gonna do those first, and then I'm gonna go on to a topic that I think should be discussed. So, we're gonna start with my words of wisdom, so we can get the nice stuff out of the way, and then we can go on to the controversial, mean stuff or whatever. So, again, it is May 28th, 2015, and here we go. So, my words of wisdom today are: if people are trying to bring you down, it only means you are above them. So, I did this one for two reasons. As you can see, I've been doing a little bit of research on my words, but anyway, I chose this one because I disagree with it. If people are trying to bring you down, it doesn't mean that you are above them. It means that they want to be you, and they're jealous of who you are, not because you're above them, not because you're better than them. I wholeheartedly believe that nobody is better than anybody. Just not true. Not gonna happen. I'm sorry. You're not better than anybody, and neither am I, and neither is anybody else. Everybody has their own issues, and everybody has to deal with them. And I think that I think this applies to today because a lot of people think that they're better than people or they're above people, and then they say people are trying to bring me down. Okay, yeah, people are trying to bring you down, but not because you're above them or you're better than them, but because no, Birdie, that's mine. You can't have that. But because they are jealous of the life you live. They're jealous of the person that you are. Because okay, so you're a good person. Well, somebody's gonna be jealous of that. Somebody's gonna be jealous of the reward you get for being a good person. Somebody's gonna be jealous of you for being a bad person because you get live the life you want. But every life has consequences. Every choice has consequences. Everything you say, everything you do has a consequence, whether small or big. So, for example, say I lie. I have lied. Okay. I can't think of any off the top of my head. But so say I lie to my mom about my grades. Okay. That is a small lie compared to saying I lied about stealing something. That's a big lie. So, okay, I lied to my mom about my grades. What's my mom do? She's gonna ground me. That's my consequence. I lie about stealing a TV. Okay, the cops are gonna catch me. They're gonna find me or put me in jail. That is my consequence. There is a consequence for everything you do. Getting pregnant at a young age, getting drunk at a young age. There's consequences for that. Driving without a license. There's a consequence. There's a consequence for everything you do. And whether you like it or not, you have to deal with it. That is life. And life is unfair. It took me 21 years to figure this out. Life isn't fair. And as much as I wish it was, it's not. Because if it was, I would be in Idaho right now with my boyfriend. I would be with my little cousins, watching them grow up. I would have my grandfather with me, my uncle with me, both my uncles with me. My mom and my grandma wouldn't hate each other. My mom and or my yeah, blah, blah, blah. My mom would be a better person. My dad and my grandma wouldn't get along. My brother and I would get along. These are the consequences I'm talking about. Every action, everything you say has a consequence, be it small or large. And a lot of the consequences that my family has, or a lot of the things that my family has said, done to each other, not only have consequences on themselves, but consequences on me and the little cousins and the people around them. Like my mom and my grandma. Okay, I love them both very much, very dearly. But the consequence of this whole issue between them not only affected them, but it affected me. It affected my brother. It affected my dad. It affected my papa. It affected everybody around them. And that is what I hate. Right there. That is what I hate. That they didn't care that the consequences of this behavior of theirs, of this I don't want to say hatred because it's not hatred. It is, I don't know what it is. I guess there's not a word for it. But it disappoints me that they didn't think of that consequence. Yet they're always telling other people, telling me, telling my brother, telling my little cousins that everything they do have consequence. Why can't they look at their own actions? They have consequence. And that consequence is backfiring on us kids. On me. On my brother. On my little cousins. Okay, maybe not so much my little cousins, but it does hurt them. Every fight in my family affects somebody else other than the people that they're fighting with. Every fight. My brother and I, all of our fights affect other people. They may be just between the two of them, but when we don't talk, it affects my grandparents, it affects my mom and dad, because then I'm a bad sister and I talk bad about my brother, and he's a bad brother and he's an asshole. That is the way life works. But that's my words of wisdom today. Now, for the topic that I want to discuss. My